Hey YouTube, Mrlubufu here with Magic 13 core set spoilers. Now we're not quite at the point, pardon, where, oh wow, my photos just all crashed. We're not quite at the point where they're doing the daily, daily card releases, or the spoilers, but there's a few that were spoiled from, Duels of the Planeswalkers and other sort of things that I kind of wanted to go over. Also, abilities, keywords, horrible predictions for the set. It'll be great. You guys can laugh at me after this video is up for like 2 months and say, "Oh, Mrlubufu, you were totally wrong," and I'll be like, "Yep." So the first card we have is Archaeomancer. It's a common, 2 colorless blue. It's a 1/2. When it enters the battlefield, you may return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I mean, it doesn't seem like horrible. It's just, Snapcaster Mage is okay. Like, Snapcaster Mage is amazing. I know this one puts in your hand, you don't have to play it right away. But the flash is better, the 2/1 makes it even better. I mean, it's a common, it fills a slot. It's not horrible. It's not amazing, but it's a common. Coming up next, hopefully the picture loads, is Nephrox, Overlord of Grixis. And it's trying. Internet's unfortunately very slow at this time of the night. So it's a 6-mana 5/5 flying exalted. So exalted's going to be coming back. I was going to talk about that then, but whenever Nephrox, Overlord of Grixis attacks alone, defending player sacrifices a creature. I mean, it's a big rare, and the 6-mana Titans are going to be gone. That is, in fact, something to keep in mind. Elishnorn is going to be around for a little bit, but I mean, this is essentially a 6/6 for 6, and it's got flying, which is not bad. We'll see what sort of role it plays. We'll see what the mythics are in this set. You can see it's kind of a horribly blurry image, but that's what we've got. Someone was able to figure it out. The art looks kind of sick, and also you can tell, Grixis. Looking at the what we've got with the shards, right? That's blue, black, red. Oh, I was not supposed to click that. Yeah, blue, black, red for Grixis. So, hey, look, they're referencing the shards of Alara. And now on to Servant of Nephrox. This is the common that I wanted to talk a little bit about Exalted with. It's a 3/1 with Exalted for 3. Not horrible. But now we get to reveal a keyword. So for those of you who don't know what Exalted is whenever a creature attacks alone, it gets +1/+1. So Wizards has mentioned that they kind of want to start reprinting a few of the more expensive cards from or for Modern in some of these recent sets. So it's led to the idea that the Shocklands from Ravnica might be reprinted. So you might want to be hesitant on investing in those right now, because they might drop a little bit in price, or they might increase in price because more people will use them. Who knows, because of the standard play. And here we have the guides right there. You can kind of see it there. This is from Duels of the Planeswalkers 3. Some of these cards are referenced, some are not. Some are actually from M13. You see, we also have a new Planeswalker in Tolerand, but I'll talk about that at some later date. So we have this Exalted. So I really hope that they reprint Noble Hierarch. I mean, we don't know if they're going to reprint Birds of Paradise or not. And definitely, I mean, we have Avacyn Pilgrim, and Noble Hierarch is arguably no, it's not arguably, it's much better. Because not only does it tap for white, it also taps for blue and for green, and also has Exalted. So it seems really good. So the question is whether or not they'll reprint that. I hope they do. It'd instantly replace Abyssinian Pilgrim in all of those decks, but who knows? We'll see what sort of Exalted decks. Certainly Exalted, if there's good cards in blue or white, Geist of St. Traft only needed that much more. Anyway, next we have Zathrid Gorgon. So it's a 6-mana with an interesting art. 6-mana 3/6 with Death Touch that you put a petrification counter on target creature. It gains Defender, becomes a colorless artifact, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Definitely something that is going to be fun to play in EDH because it shuts down so many commanders and just so many cards. Seems like a really fun one to play with. For standard, I don't think it's actually worth it. I mean, you're paying 6 mana already for a 3/6, which is fine. But then you have to cast 3 mana each turn and tap this guy, and I don't know how good it would be. Next, we have another common in Chandra's Fury, which is 4 damage to target player and 1 damage to each creature that player controls. I very much like Chandra's Outrage, much better than this card. Depends how many X1s there are in the format, but meh, nothing spectacular. And last, but certainly not least in any way, shape, or form, there's going to be, I hesitated on talking about this when the spoiler first came out, and that would be the Nicol Bolas Planeswalker reprint. I was hesitant because I was worried, internet's down again, sweet. So I was hesitant to talk about this because of, they could have made a new Nicol Bolas. I mean, they've made a new Liliana, they've made a new Garruk, they made a new Sorin, right? So I wanted to be hesitant when they talked about this. But unfortunately, I really want to open this picture so I could show it. In fact, I'm going to wait until the picture comes back. You guys won't have to wait, though. Ta-da! Movie magic. So we have the reprint Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. For those of you who don't know what he does, he's an 8 mana, blue, black, red, so Grixis colors. He's 8 mana. So he can, if you +3, you destroy target non-creature permanent. If you -2, you gain control of target creature. And if you -9, he deals 7 damage to target player. That player discards 7 cards and then sacrifices 7 permanents. So, big game. I think Karn might be better for 7, to be honest, but we'll see. And the important thing I wanted to show this picture of is you see Nicol Bolas, but you also see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other Planeswalkers. So Nicol Bolas is not taking the place of one of the other Planeswalkers. This, again, I'm assuming that those are Planeswalkers, right? So it seems like he's not taking the place, he's just being added in. He's also the first multicolored card to be printed in a core set, so that's also pretty nice. I don't think there'll be many, if anything, apart from him. But yeah, I have the sneaking suspicion the Titans will not be reprinted, so that's going to be nice for the format for a little bit. Been dominated by Primetime, and all the other ones have made some appearance at some point in pretty much every deck. Not every deck, but you know, in a lot of big decks. And so yeah, just kind of wanted to point that out there. And the reason they think it's just the same card, well, it looks like the same card. Like, you can always see the red, black, black, blue, and then 4. But they also use the same art, and I would highly doubt they would use the same art for a completely new card. Anyway, these are your M13 spoilers. I'll keep you guys in the loop with anything else that shows up. Thank you guys for watching, and rate, comment, subscribe.